back a long time ago in northern Indiana as an estimator engineer, and I was executive vice president at Ajax Paving when I retired a couple years ago. And during my last several years there, we were developing this process for our company, and we decided that this was going to be my project in retirement, and this has been an exciting thing, and it's what I've developed. We felt a need to resolve the inefficiencies of the paving business. Okay, the industry was always frustrated, my whole life in the industry, with the overall production inefficiencies that you have in asphalt paving. Efficiencies that were due to disconnected processes. The field didn't know what the plant was doing, okay? Poor communication. Communication. So what we felt was a need to resolve those inefficiencies because we were wasting time and we were wasting money all the time. And there was a severe lack of accountability because of the communication. So what I did in my time there over the last 10 years, I vetted just about every solution that was available out there and every technology that was available. I personally vetted those things at the company. And what we came up with is we came up with what we call the SOP solution. So SOP solution is the answer to those productivity issues. We are first a productivity solution. That's the first thing we're about. We give the foreman, the people in the field, the people involved in production, advance information they need to make the best decisions all day long. Because if they don't make the best decisions in real time, productivity goes down the tube, and we all know that one. So we set out to develop a productivity solution that would connect processes at the plant, at the office, and at the field in real time. Our specifications were, number one, we could add no additional work. We were going to leverage everything from existing processes. That was a requirement. We knew that everything was already available because even back in the old days, the guys were searching for the information by talking on their two-way radios back in the day before the cell phones and everything. They were always asking for information. If they had the information, they could solve the problem. Problem is, they most of the time didn't have the information. Another specification was our solution had to be automatic. It had to work without fail. Because if it fails in the field, the foreman isn't going to use it. I've been around foremen my whole life, paving foremen. They got too much to do to be frustrated in something that doesn't work half the time. The next thing it had to be intuitive. Okay? It had to be easy to use, and it had to be helpful. If it didn't help them, again, they weren't going to use it, and you weren't going to get any productivity improvements. We understood that there's a big frustration with hardware, with equipment in trucks, with requiring drivers to do anything except do their level best to drive their truck to the job back and forth. So we made a solution that required zero driver involvement. They're out of this picture. Your own trucks, third-party trucks, whatever, no involvement. And our solution had to require no hardware in the trucks. It had to work without any hardware or devices in the trucks. So that was quite a list of specifications that we had to do. So, but that's a little bit behind our solution, and I'm going to tell you, we got it working. We're in a lot of places, and we're doing pretty good giving a solution that people use every job, every day, that works every load, every time. We're here to talk about e-ticketing today, okay? The e-ticketing, the why, the what, the why, and the how. Well, what is e-ticketing? And they already mentioned it up here. E-ticketing is purely the traditional paper ticketing process delivered in electronic format. It's that simple. That's all it is. There's nothing complicated about it, okay? It's a web-based delivery. That's what it is. Need all the information. Well, why? Why e-ticket? Well, e-ticketing replaces the traditional process with web-based electronic delivery, but it provides many benefits, such as advanced information for best decision making. It provides transparent, immediate access and use. And it really improves job site safety. Now, I know somebody talked about safety before, and I think you said like Texas leads in that, and how that's near and dear to me because unfortunately through my career, I've experienced that. I've experienced fatalities of people that work for my company. And whatever you can do to make it safer out there, it's the thing you need to do. So e-ticketing does that. How? How does SOP electronic ticketing work? At SOP, our electronic ticketing is designed around the traditional paper ticket workflow. We design everything around the traditional workflow and we leverage that into an electronic solution. Our solution is automatic. It's every load, every time. Our e-ticketing meets all DOT requirements and is flexible and configurable, and I can't hear anything that Texas said that they wanted to do that we can't handle with almost no problem at all, okay? And we'll get into that. We'll see a little more of that as we go through here. We require no hardware. You're gonna hear me say that a lot, okay? But that's it. We require no hardware. We require no involvement from the driver or the trucks. And I can explain how that works, or we only got 20 minutes. Come and see us and I'll really tell you how it works, okay? I can really do that. We provide powerful and intuitive QC documentation, and our QC documentation is easy to understand and it's easy to use. Our dashboards are customized for each user type. So the QC guy, when he opens up his application, okay, he only sees what he does. He can enter his temperatures, he can take notes and pictures, voice to text, okay? He can add a picture to the ticket, adds it right to the ticket. It's instantly available to everybody that has access to that ticket. And we have secure access. That's in the administrative part of setting the thing up, so that's a very easy process as well. Our reporting is organized to simplify lot reporting, okay, the reporting of lots and pay quantities. Very simplified, we stay up with that very easily. What I want you to understand is we designed this system. This is designed by contractors for contractors. This is what I know, and this is what we did to design this. I know this business and I know it very well. I don't know how long it took me to learn it, but after 45 years, I got it, okay? I got it. And one thing that I didn't when I started, I forgot to thank Justin and Tyler for their presentations up here. It was really good, and it kind of made me a little less nervous, I guess, okay? So thanks a lot, guys. Moving along, we have smart load use tool, makes documentation of load uses like split loads, secondary uses, wasted material, voided loads, very easy with our process. Very simple and very easy. Access to tickets is secure and easily accessed by all permissioned users. You set up your permissions. We have about 10 different permissions for different levels. We work for FOB customers. We work for agencies. Agencies manage their own users. We got a way to do that so you're not, every time they want to change an inspector, you don't have to do it. We set them up and we work with them to get set up and manage their own users. Here's the SOP difference. SOP is different by design. We're designed as a productivity tool, but e-ticketing is something that's very easy for us to do because of the information we have. It's designed, again, to be a productivity tool specifically for asphalt paving business. This is a specific design. We build a culture of accountability and improved teamwork. At SOP, accountability is about responsibility to an outcome, teamwork, and taking initiative with thoughtful, strategic follow-through. Our system sets clear, visual, and measurable real-time task goals. And when I talk about task goals, a truck driving from point A to point B is a task, and he has a goal for that task. Every time he drives from one destination to another, he's got an individual goal that's given to him for that automatically and in real time. We effectively communicate progress of goals in real time to the people that are responsible for productivity, the foreman, the plant operator, and the QC person, those types of things, QC technician. Our solution is designed around the normal processes, again, normal processes and workflows, and most important, we're designed to be simple, intuitive, easy to use. An easy word to use here next is helpful, okay, and automatic. This helps the first guys every morning that open our app are the paving foremen because it helps them all day long. They use this thing without fail every day. It works, you've heard me say it before, I'll keep repeating it, every load, every time. It requires, again, no hardware, no truck and driver registration, no dedicated daily ongoing management expense on your part. You don't need to have a manager in charge of this. It's pretty much automatic. We leverage normal processes to gather information, and we connect them in real time. And I believe because of that, we produce what is the most accurate and reliable information for the best and most cost-effective real-time productivity decisions. On to our next slide. This slide here is how we gather information. Now at the plant, we gather a lot the same way that they talked about before with a lightweight application on your scale software where we get the information the same way pretty much everybody gets the information from the scale software is what we do. So I don't want to go back through that again. You've heard about how that is done. So we get all the information from the scale, produce e-tickets, and what we have is we operate on a witness point concept. Since we don't have hardware in the truck center, we have witness points. So that is our loading witness point, is what we capture at the scale. Our unloading witness point is where the material is incorporated into the job. And we can gather that several different ways or not gather it. If the guys don't gather it, what we do is we get the round trip information, and we can give you information and management information from that. It's better if you do get the unload witness point information. And this is an example of how most of our customers do it. Now you can do it with the cell phone, on the smartphone, you can do it anyway, but the way we gather is interactively at the point where it's incorporated into the job. Other interactive witness points that we have, that we gather information from, again, nothing's required, but we leverage every single one of these that we gather. We gather information through a QC reading. We know where that device was, so we have date, time, and location of that device when he made his entry for his temperatures, or when that QC person made a note, whether he typed a note in the text box or whether he hit the thing and went voice to text, which is a really great thing. It's good for safety. He's just talking to his thing. Pictures, hit the camera button, your camera pops up on your cell phone, you take a picture, the picture goes directly on the ticket, and it's immediately available and transparent to everybody that's involved in the project. And then the other witness point, or interactive witness point that we have that's very valuable is our scheduling. Okay, our scheduling portal allows the final scheduling for production for the next day, which is something everybody does. This is a current practice that everybody does. So you tell the plant which plant we're shipping from, how many tons we're going for, which foreman we're shipping it to, what time we're starting, how many trucks we got. I mean, that's about what you tell them. And maybe the mix design, okay? That's the information you finally give the plant. That information we bring in through our system. It takes a guy 2 or 3 minutes, what it normally takes him to make that, but it's all transparent to everybody at that time, and the information's there, and we leverage that information to really run our system. That's another important interactive witness point. Each witness point provides date, time, and location data along with production information. SOP uses to automatically produce the industry's most effective productivity decision-making real-time information. How SOP productivity works. We have real-time upstream information produces the best possible decisions in the field. Our progress visuals are easy to understand. We made them so they were easy to understand. You look at our progress visuals and you can kind of see them on the television. That's an actual job going on over there right now, but that's how easy the progress visuals, and the same thing is on your phone. Just a bar chart showing where your trucks are in order, how they're going to arrive on the job. Very accurate, okay? And we do that with no hardware. Our system quickly becomes a favorite with foremen and project managers in the field. It builds accountability, the crews like it, and most importantly, they use it on every job, every day. Not just on DOT jobs where it's part of the specification. Paving a Walmart parking lot, they're using SOP. You're paving a 3-load repair job, they're using SOP, okay? This is the popularity of our program. And with that, we produce what I believe is probably the best return on investment possible. In this picture, what I wanted to show you in this picture, I wanted to point out, we have just recently partnered with a company that was into low energy Bluetooth technology and in the shipping and in the container business. And they have some very rugged applications for that, as you can imagine. And in the back, you can see on the top left-hand corner, the truck up by the hinge, a little SOP, that's a little credit card size beacon up there that lasts for about several years. Probably, we're thinking 3 to 4 years. We haven't had them on that long yet, but they work every day, all the time. Just a little battery air, and it's low energy Bluetooth, and all it does is give off a beacon signal that's tied to that thing, and then we can read that with our device, with your mobile phone, or with the tablet that you saw mounted on the paver on the last screen, the tablet right there. Got the reader right on there on the app. So we can read that when the truck is in front of the machine. We can tighten the range of that read right down to, we usually make it less than 100 feet. Okay, so when the paver's there, so we know when the truck was there and when it left and the next one, and we can nail down the exact location of that unload using that, and we've just kicked this out, this technology, and we're actually doing this on a job for the DOT in Tennessee with a contractor in Chattanooga. So we're working on that right now. So a little bit about something that we're developing and bringing forward to kind of automate that process. I still think that the most popular process is going to be the interactive unloading with the tablet. I think that's going to be the most popular. E-ticketing. E-ticketing works for the entire paving team. It's available in real time. Interactive documentation is transparent to the entire team. There's secure access to any connected device, laptop, tablets, or smartphones. You see 2 different tickets here. The one's on a tablet, that's more of the full-size ticket. And of course, this is all configurable to anything that you would want. We make it fit what your requirements are. Everything's configurable. And on the phone, that's a scrolling ticket there. You scroll, the different panels scroll up on the phone because of real estate and making that work right. E-ticketing is available, like I said, to the entire paving team, to the trucks, and we'll show you how that happens, to inspectors and to owners by access that you've given them. They can only have access to the jobs that you provide, and to your project managers. Quality control documentation. Our quality control documentation, again, is designed around the workflow of what happens in quality control. It's intuitive and it's designed around their normal workflow. You record temperatures to the tickets. It's safe. It's a safe thing to do. No more writing it down, going back to your truck, having to write it on a ticket or anything like that. Talk to your phone, click in the box, you're done. Okay, the temperature's recorded to the ticket. And it's immediately transparent to even the people back at the plant operator. Everybody knows how things are temping on the job. The people on the job know before the truck gets there what the QC temped at the plant when they were loading the truck. So it's very transparent. It's convenient. You don't have to spend time at the end of the day transposing notes, saves you money. And it documents the user, the date, and the time and the location of the interaction every time there's an interaction. I talked about voice-to-text notes. That is a very, very good improvement that we've made for safety. You just talk to your phone, you can keep paying attention to what they are. You don't have to be looking down, typing something in. Hit the thing, talk to your phone, it goes right in the text box. Voice-to-text. Pictures, you take a picture, it's added to the ticket in real time, and and you can download PDFs of it. It's accessible through the PDF download of the ticket. Click on the button, it's a link, it goes out, pulls the picture up, whatever it was, along with the note that you put on that picture. And it's always transparent to the team. And we have powerful search tools. We talked about QC reports and being able to line them up. We've been doing, we are right now probably e-ticketing around 30% of the tons that are produced for the DOT for the state of Florida right now. And the CEIs in Florida, they don't have DOT inspectors. They do most of it with CEIs, where they hire it out. But those guys are usually done with their end-of-day paperwork, okay, before we park the paver at the end of the day. That's how fast they're done with their paper. Because everything, they've had it all day long. They've had it as it's accumulating. So they really love it. Production transparency. We're, as I mentioned when I got started, we're number one, a productivity tool. That's what we are. So when you do the scheduling, it calculates the tons per hour that you're going for. Then we monitor that all day against what you planned for, what the plant's shipping, and what you're actually unloading in the field. You know where your tons per hour are. It's a good thing to watch and a good thing to manage. Shift targets. We have production targets and trip time targets and ETAs on every load, and everything is transparent and charted as it happens. Real-time loaded and unloaded progress visuals are simple and easy to understand. The foremen use SOP for a day or two, and they already understand it intuitively. They just, at a glance, they know where they're at. So it's not a lot of numbers to interpret or anything like that, or difficult views. The real-time loaded and unloaded progress visuals are on there's a separate dashboard view for the field and a separate dashboard view for the plant. In the field, of course, he only sees the job shift that he's working on, because that's all he wants to see. He's selected his job shift, that's what he sees all day long. But at the plant, if he's shipping to several jobs, he can either look at the specific job, or he can see, like, what the plant really sees are the trucks returning to him and what the ETA of each one has a target. He knows what time each truck is supposed to be back, but he can look at it just for a specific job, or he can look at that for all jobs to see how the trucks are coming back and which mix he's going to have before the other ones. He can start to plan his production at the plant a lot better and respond to conditions. Load use documentation. There's our load use documentation. It's simple. Click the button, okay? So you want to move some, it pops up a screen where it's got a slide bar. You can take the tons on and off. You can split it, you can waste it, you can reject it, you can void tickets, or if you're doing something wrong, you can cancel it. When the thing pops up, it also pops up with a note box, and you can put a note in why you did that, okay? You can preset some standard notes and choose those, or you can enter a custom note. And the hauling transparency, again, we provide ETAs for every trip. And we use a routing software. You probably wonder how that happens, and I didn't cover that. We use a routing software that's based on where the destination is and based on where the plan is. And that updates every few minutes based on traffic conditions to provide the most accurate ETA time it takes to make that trip. And what our progress bars do is count that time down. That's how we present our progress. It's simple and it's accurate. It works easy, and it's not a lot of moving parts. Requires no hardware to do that. The trip progress bars are visual. They're easy to understand. We score every load. We give a performance score to every load in real time. When that load is delivered, we score that load, whether it's 89% or 110%. That's what we do. We score the load. And it's available to the driver, it's available to the broker, available to the paving team and the project manager. Everything's transparent to all the different users depending on their permission. Okay, for transparency, what SOP does not do is we don't chase trucks around. So don't have to worry about chasing trucks anymore. What we do is we systematically work to motivate trucker responsibility. We set accurate trip task targets, ETAs. We provide instant incremental feedback. We build teamwork. We try to make them part of the solution instead of part of the problem. And we establish repeatable accountability. So that's the end of my presentation. I just want to tell you that Spot On Performance has been designed to be the paving productivity solution that is designed to work every load, every time, to work for you.